Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy T-Dub was Blazing the Sports. Yes, of course, I am here. I am back at it like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers every bit of this work, guys. Welcome to the channel. Your boy T-Dub's going to give you this work as usual. Raw, uninterrupted, unedited. I'm back at it like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers this work, man. I literally just stopped working, did a meeting, and then went live. Now I'm live. So, all right, man, let's get into it, man. You know how we do it. We're going to talk about Usyk and Joyce. What's my boy's name is? Devin Haney versus possibly Linares. We got to talk about it, man. Everything's on the table. Everything's up there. And this is our time to talk about it, guys. But listen, if you are just now joining the channel, I will be live Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Pacific, and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. It is all the same time. Just letting you know, if you hear your time zone, that's the time to be here, guys. We will be live with an ex-world champion, guys. We have Prince Charles Morton coming into the building, guys. We're going to talk about that at 4 p.m. my time. In the building, the one, the only American Path to Travel T-Dub, what it do, or better yet, what it does. All right. So, let's go and do it. Let's turn the music down a little bit, guys. And you know how we do it, right? I like to talk about a few things that's out there, right? Even though they're talking about Linares possibly taking on Devin Haney. April 17, I believe, Baharia Fortuna is also wanting that fight. Which one do you want to see more? Which one will push the young phenomenon Devin Haney the most? What do you think? Woo-wee! This could be good. I think the real threat, to me, what I perceive as being a bigger threat is Linares. Let's go to that article. Devin Haney versus Linares in works for April 17th. Linares is reportedly in play for the WBC lightweight champion Devin Haney next fight. Guys, to me, when I think about style make fights, Linares, he's coming. He's throwing punches, right? Let me look up his box real quick. Let's do this. I don't know why. I just see that fight, man, that could be a good one, right? To me, that's the one that, and again, Linares has more losses than Fortuna. He has 47 wins, 5 losses. And all of his losses have been by knockout, right? Let's see. 47 wins, 29 knockouts. Coming off of 2 wins. Lost to Pablo Cesar. Lost to Lomachenko. Sergio Thomas. Guys, I don't know why, but let's see where we at. Why is this popping up? Let's snooze that. James Valdez, what's up, champ? Either fight will be good for Haney. Yeah, man. Well, remember, guys, I want you guys right back here. It's 4 p.m. Central. Also, it's 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be live in probably a different format if I can't make this work with the one, the only Charles Morton. We got to talk about it. He's been champion. He fought Anthony Joshua. We have to find out, where is he at now? What does he want with the future? What does he see next for his career? What does he think about current fights that are already scheduled? And how does he fit in? We got to talk about it. But Fortuna manager is petitioning WBC because they are the mandatory. Oh, hold on. Oh, you know what? You know what? I saw a video today. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it. Like I said, I've been so busy with my normal work that it's hard for me to stay ground to the ear to hear even the gravels and the rocks bounce up, every speck of noise about boxing. So a lot of times I'm catching it, in passing. I'm working, I'm trying to listen to boxing, I'm trying to look up articles, so I'm catching a lot of in passing. Uh, I heard about them and Fortuna and them trying to make that fight happen. Uh, which one do you think? Because when I think about Fortuna, I think that's going to be like a skill matchup, right? Because Fortuna, I believe he's southpaw. He kind of leans in a little bit. He's never really straight up, kind of leaning with a little bit. Skill boxer, always either moving left, always moving right. Good fighter, good fighter. Linares, I think, is more of the aggressor type, right? Either he's going to put the pressure on Haney that people thought Gamboa was going to do, or possibly, either he can get to Haney or Haney's going to potentially outbox him. Can he knock him out? All 5 losses of Linares have come way of knockout. Can Haney knock out Linares? Guy, like I said, man, that's a good fight I want to see. So now, here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to go to the display. Can't show too much of it. Let me mute it. Okay. All right. Guys. Looks like Usyk is, or at least we thought, Usyk was mandatory in line to fight Anthony Joshua. He had to fight Anthony Joshua. Or Joshua couldn't skip him unless Usyk decided to step aside. But now, guys, I am hearing the WBO has ordered Usyk versus Joyce. Many people don't know that they already fought before. And when I think about this, right, there's a few things come to my mind. One, the WBO is already paving the way for Undisputed to happen for Joshua versus Fury if they actually make it happen. The WBO, by ordering this fight right here, are letting you know we are not going to stand in the way of greatness. They're not doing it. Another thing about this fight, Usyk versus Joyce, even though Joyce is bigger, probably stronger, a hell of a lot slower, Usyk is going to come into this fight with extreme confidence. Why? Let's see if I can get to it. Because he has already beat Joyce before. And this is a Joyce that is younger, more chiseled, maybe not as mentally boxing savvy as he is now. Maybe he was still a little bit more greener back then. But it doesn't matter. Whenever you beat somebody and you go into the fight with that same person, you are going to have that confidence. And Usyk is going to have that confidence. What do y'all think about this matchup? Joyce taking on Usyk. Skip to it. I mean, this is probably what you're going to see, except for it's going to be a bigger Joyce, hair a little bit bigger. Maybe he uses his jab more. like he did against Daniel Dubois. And remember, guys, you guys are going to be in for a treat because in about 2.5 hours, I am coming back live, and I am not. Well, I would be by myself at first because I might go live at 3:50 just to warm it up, you know. But we have Charles Prince Martin just knocked out Gerald Washington, right? Listen, we're going to have to talk about that. We're not going to get too much into it, but we have to talk to Charles Martin, another big heavyweight, 6'5", 6'6", 250, 60 pounds, just big guys, right? Southpaw, big hand, big left hand. And we are going to pick his brains. We are going to pick Charles Martin's brains to find out what is going on. What did he think about the heavyweight division? What did he think about Fury versus Joshua? Does he want a winner? I mean, listen, guys. This is when we go straight to the source, right? You know how T-Dub feel about it. You know what T-Dub thinks about it. If you don't, you hear me. But now we got to get in there with a man that is surrounded by it on the inside. I'm on the outside. I'm not a professional fighter. I am telling you how I see it. Now we're going to get a professional fighter perspective. We're going to talk to, hopefully he can get the link right to Charles Martin. And I want to get this same format. I want to put him right here. But I don't know. I might have to do a different format. But listen, guys. Let's get back to it. Usyk versus Joyce. Look at him. I don't think this is going to be an exciting fight. I think Joyce is going to be a little bit cautious because he already fought Usyk. He knows what he's dealing with. Usyk has a lot of movement, and he's very unorthodox, very good southpaw fighter. Joyce is going to use his jab more. I really believe this is going to be a slower fight unless somebody gets hurt. The only drama or dramatic part in this fight is going to be, in my opinion, if somebody lands a big punch. You're not going to have that feeling like if you was watching Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale, or even Deontay Wilder versus Joyce. And see, that's why we want to talk to Charles Martin, right? We want to ask Charles Martin, okay, out of the obvious, we know that you want to fight, Joshua or Fury. But who else? Who else? Joyce, Usyk, Dominic Breazeale, Dylan White, Andy Ruiz, Parker Pulev. We're going to talk about it. But let's do this. Let's do this. And again, guys, do me a favor. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's go and get this work. Let's get it. So, what is... This is Devin Haney's father. Where are you with Fortuna? We've been looking for you since Showbox days. Come out of the bushes. Where are you, Javier Fortuna? You can get it now. So, even though they are posting about Linares in the running to fight Devin Haney, like James Valdez said, they are saying on here that Linares is a third option for Haney. And according to Bill Haney, let's see if we can hear this. Let me make sure mine. Okay, is that on?
In our case, we have two mandatories, so it's not like a champion.
Wait, hold on. Wait,
two mandatories. Okay, let's get to it.
You have two mandatories?
We have two mandatories. One being Ryan Garcia, who's
that's right.
One being Ryan Garcia, and the other being Javier Fortuna.
Oh, James Valdez is on his P's and Q's. See, that's why even when T-Dub can't have his ears all the way to the pavement, we got the West Blazing and the sports family. They are there, man. So, they have two mandatories, as we just heard. Ryan Garcia, which Ryan doesn't want to fight him. Ryan, in my opinion, he doesn't care about being the real WBC champion if he has to go through Haney. In my opinion, I'm not saying he don't care about being a champion, but if it has to go through Haney, and it's the next fight. Now that we saw Haney look bad and he got chinks in his armor, but if he actually looks bad, then he may fight him. But if as it states right now, I don't think Ryan Garcia wants that smoke. I think he's walking around with a no smoking allowed patch from Devin Haney. He don't even go to hookah bars if Devin Haney was there. He doesn't want that fight. He said he wanted to Tank Davis fight, but he didn't want that fight. 2 mandatories. Ryan Garcia, and this is news to me. I told you guys, this is raw, unedited, uncut. I'm back at it like a crack addict, giving you boxing geekers. Every bit of this work. Let's work.
But you could tell me more better than anybody else whether or not this is the first time you've heard of a fighter fighting Eliminator to fight for a world title and then not fighting for the world title.
That is crazy, man. That is crazy. Guy, that is crazy what he just said about boxing. Boxing now, back in the day, regarding fighters, I think it was more, obviously it's about being world champion. It was about fighting and being the best. Even though the promoters got the money side of it, that's what it was with the fighters. I really believe now that it is less about being the best. I mean, they all want to be considered the best, but they don't want to fight the best to be there, or they don't want to fight the person who has the actual title that you can trace back in history. For example, Ryan Garcia can fight Devin Haney. Now, if this was throwback fighters, an old fighter, Ryan Garcia opposition, he would have told Devin Haney, I earned this shot. I won my fight. It was all about really being world champion and the money to come with it and the glam to come with it and the girls to come with it. It was all, in my opinion, this is an opinion, because I could be wrong, and I shouldn't say all because we know all of them wasn't like that. But I think the overall thought was that boxing back then, that fighters really wanted to be considered champion. They wanted to be, I am the one. I am the man, right? Not today.
Opting not to. So, and Ryan Garcia, I just had never heard of it. I thought for sure that once he fought Luke Campbell and became the interim champion, that he automatically wanted to fight. He would want to fight for the world title.
And you know what? Even though that's crazy, right? It's coming to my mind right now. I'm going to talk about the title that Devin Haney has. Devin Haney has WBC lightweight title. Lomachenko had the title, like I said originally. He didn't want to fight Haney, vacated the title. Haney had a fight for the title. He got the title. They gave Lomachenko a franchise. Well, I'm wrong. The WBC belt. Haney won the belt. Lomachenko got a WBC franchise title. Lost that title that was originally reported that you cannot win or lose in a fight, but they made exception for when he fought Teofimo Lopez. Lopez won the title. And now, because everybody was giving Lopez so much shit because he had a WBC title, they said franchise on it. The WBC, from what Teofimo Lopez is showing, that they sent him the same belt that Haney has. And some type of certificate that says, you are this. Now, if you're Devin Haney, And the belt they gave you, they can be traced back and has history to it. At least for you, right? At least for you. They're not going to take credit from anybody else that had that belt before you. Only for you. Because you're the one who got the belt when the franchise title came in existence for lightweights. How does it feel that you are paying sanctioning fees for a belt that honestly a lot of the lust has went away from it? You're not the only one that has that belt. And now Teofimo Lopez supposedly has the same belt. Which brings me to my point. I don't get how the sanctioning bodies were so mad at the WBA because they told them, they say, hey, it's confusing because you have a regular champion and a super champion. It's confusing. You need to get rid of one of your belts. But they're telling the WBA that when the WBC has more belts than anybody can think of. Jesus Christ. That's called pull. That's called I can do what I want. You can't do it. You can't do what I do. How can it be? How can Ryan Garcia has a belt that look exactly like Devin Haney's belt? They look exactly like Teofimo Lopez's belt. And then we're talking about these diamond champions. Green M&M and red M&M challenge. Ripley, believe it or not, I am a champion. WBC, ABC, 1, 2, 3 champion. Making the top 10, close to making the top 10, but I'm in spot 11 champion. Guys, that's confusing to me. That blows my mind. But let's get back at it.
So, with him going another direction, AKA ducking off, and then Javier
Did Ryan duck? And you answer it.
Fortuna being our second mandatory, but Javier Fortuna is a guy that we've been looking for to fight for a long time.
So here's my question, right? Back to James Valdez. If he wants to fight Jorge Fortuna, and Jorge Fortuna wants to fight him, and I heard that they have agreed verbally to make this fight. Honestly, I don't know what can really hold it up. I don't know what can hold it up. And guys, remind me in case I forget. I want to ask Charles Martin, because remember, there has been rumors about Deontay Wilder supposed to. You know what? I remember. Don't worry about it. I remember it. I'll get to it. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel.
Who's also been running, and I had a talk with his promoter, who assured me that he was now knocking on the door for the fight. So then I said, okay, God, I said, thank you, Heavenly Father. We got Javier.
Here, fool. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Here, fool.
Fortuna now. And then, right after that, I hear Javier Fortuna saying that he's going to fight Ryan Garcia, or I hear talks about him.
See, man, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I have been a person that, I didn't really grow up watching soap operas like As the World Turned. Correction. I didn't grow up watching them willingly when we only had one TV and grandma wants to watch The Young and the Restless. I had two options. They sat there with her or go play toys. A lot of time I played toys, but every now and then, because I love my grandma, I would sit there with her. She's like, watch the show with me. Come on, baby. Watch the show with me. Come on. So like, all right, grandma. I know I'm going to hate this. I was probably like 10, 11 years old. But all right, I'll watch it. And I don't remember much. I remember a couple names. Victor Newman, I think. Hell, that's all I remember. But so it looks like, and we'll see. Guys, I think Jorge Fortuna, he's with the PBC, right? I think he's with the PBC. And I'm just being honest. But it's really going to come down to, even though Devin Haney has his own promotional company, he is signed with Eddie Hearn, which means he just can't do what he wants. I believe he has to get the okay from Eddie Hearn. I believe. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But to be honest, if I was Devin Haney, I would want this fight on PBC. I will put this thing right on Fox 2. If he fights on the app, he may get a few 100,000 views. If he fights on Fox 2, he might get between 3 or 4 million views. And then, if his next fight is back on the app, he possibly can pull some of that traffic back there. I don't know. Let's see what else we got. Adrian Broner will be world champion again. Brian Carlos, I want Jamel Charlo next. Thoughts? Guys, I saw this earlier. Otto Wallin, the same one that fought Tyson Fury and cut his eye. I've studied Joshua and noticed the hurt in him. And guys, I'm going to jump in this article. I saw it earlier. I think I read like a line or two of it. And I want, let me know what you think about this. Do you agree with some of it? Disagree with some of it? What? Here we go. First, I guess he's bragging about Tyson Fury. I believe I laid the groundwork for Tyson Fury. Aggressive new style after cutting him. Out of Wallin, I've been studying my opponent in Brazil. Guys, that's this weekend, right? Dominic Brazil versus Otto Wallin this weekend. I'm watching that fight and I'm covering that fight. I got to find out what it's going to be on. I hope the PBC. My opponent Brazil defeated Joshua, and there is a change in AJ mentally. He looks hurt since Ruiz. Does he? Even though he beat Ruiz in a rematch, and he just beat Pulev, is there a difference mentally? I've been watching Joshua fight with Brazil lately. Joshua had a great style, but I think something maybe he does not trust himself enough. I hope that he can tune into how he looked against Brazil. He looked more confident than he has been lately. It looks to me like he has been hurt a little bit mentally after that Ruiz loss. Something looked off of him that night. All the way through, from coming out of the dressing room, in the ring, and I hope he can trust himself and do what is good for him. He got a beautiful style. What do you think, guys? He has a good trainer. I think Otto Wallin is right in some of these things. I don't know what it was. Maybe Anthony Joshua. Remember, guys, he did a interview a while ago. It's Fox 2 in my city. Hey, it's Fox 2 in my city too, champ. I'm in the Midwest, St. Louis. Let's get it. When Anthony Joshua, I call that fight live. And Anthony Joshua fought Andy Ruiz. I gotta say this. He was coming out looking so different, right? I don't know the real reason. I don't know if it's because he's in a foreign land, foreign crowd. Because I don't know if it's a foreign crowd because the majority of the crowd was supporting him. Andy Ruiz to the public was a little known guy. Honestly, to a lot of people, just a fat Buddha guy who smiles and happy a lot. He didn't really have support like that. They said he had a nervous breakdown before coming out. He came out looking funny, sweating crazy, tie around his neck. I gotta say this, man. Anthony Joshua looked like something was wrong. Fights Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz beat the brakes off of him. People told Joshua not to fight Andy next. I said, listen, if he wants them titles next, he better fight Andy. If he wants them titles, he better fight him. Because if Joshua was not at fault, Andy, them titles were gone. They were gone. And Eddie Hearn knew that. That's why Eddie Hearn, right? Eddie Hearn did an interview saying that he talked to Joshua. And he told Joshua, like, listen, get it together, bro. Like, basically slapping his ass. Get it together. You got to go out there and get that back. Second fight, Joshua did not want to engage. He was twinkle toes, dancing around the ring. He came out looking more confident. He came out looking very confident. Like in the Andy Ruiz 2 fight, I'm not going to lie. When I saw Anthony Joshua coming out, I like, holy shit. He's going to make, he's at Midwest here too. Detroit in the building. What up, though? Anthony Joshua came out that second fight, and it was in Saudi Arabia. He was like, he had that walking like a talking stride, right? I knew at that point, like, oh shit, this might be, at least he's coming out like it's going to be a different Joshua. Came out, stick and move, grab, stick and move, grab. Beat him. Beat Andy easily. Andy had got bigger, couldn't put the pressure, couldn't track him down, couldn't cut the ring off if he had a pair of scissors. Box cutter, I don't care. Straight razor. He couldn't cut the ring off, what I'm saying. And then Anthony Joshua goes on to fight Pulev. Pulev caught him a couple little times in that fight. I thought Joshua looking pretty good. But I was wondering, how come Joshua lost his movement? El Carter said, what up, though? Yeah, bro. I heard that's that Detroit thing, man. Listen, bro. It was a girl. She wasn't even from Detroit, but she was up there a lot. And she came back saying it. And she got me to saying that, like, what up, though? I remember, right? I used to say it all the time. And I was in the store, right? And I said to a girl, like, what up, though? She said, what up? I'm saying, like, what up, though? Are you on my number? Like, oh, shit. I can use it to pick up chicks? Like, shit, I just hit him with that one line. Shit, what up, though? But my thing back in the day, my personal thing, back when I used to rap and everything, when they used to introduce me, right, like, my boy T-Dub, a.k.a. Impact, I used to come in like, what is hidden for? That was my thing back in the day. What is hidden for? Man, that went well for me and not so well for me back in the day. You know, I'll go up to some girl like, shit, what is hidden for? Shit, what you mean? What is hidden for with you? I went to some women like, hey, shit, what is hidden for? I'm not for sale. Like, shit, I'm talking about them dice. I'm asking what them dice hidden for. Yeah, we born saying that. Hey, though, that's a cool saying, man. I like that. That's a cool saying, though. What it's hidden for. I mean, no. What up, though? My thing is what it's hidden for. What up, though? Let's see, man. What we got? I wasn't going to take this one that long for real. Remember, guys, I am coming back live in 2 hours. I will be having Charles Martin. He will be live. It'll probably be a different format. Unless I can do something different, it'll probably be a different format. But he will be here. You will see him talking. And I'll be talking to him. And listen, man. Sometimes in order to get in the heavyweight division, you got to get with somebody in the heavyweight division. Hopefully, guys, he can keep it. I know a lot of times I said interviews, I go live, and it's crickets. It ended up being just me, right? You reaching out to him, hey, what's up? You don't get nothing, right? I'm like, what the fuck? You set me up. You could have told me ahead of time we're going to do it. Damn it, I'd have canceled the show. But all right, guys, let's get to it. Again, Joyce, the WBO orders Oleksander Usyk versus Joyce for interim title. Remember, Usyk was just mandatory to fight Joshua next. Not Joyce. with Joshua. Next. And now, not only is Usyk let off the gas, apparently saying that, smash the like button by the way too. Apparently he is saying that he is now willing to take step-aside money. So the WBO is also co-signing that and saying, listen, if you want to take step-aside money and you allow us to do this, we'll make you versus Joyce. Hell, you already beat Joyce. It'd be a pretty big fight if Usyk took it in the UK. And you already beat him, right? Joyce is coming off a big victory versus Dane Dubois. I had Dane Dubois pick to win that fight. Joyce said, damn it, T-Dub, you picked wrong. Messed his eye up, jacked him up, had him quitting because if he didn't want more damage to his eye. And kind of find out it wasn't that bad of a quit. Because if he didn't quit, his eye could be permanently damaged. But I haven't took a peek at this article yet. Guys, listen, we already got our Michael Phelps on. Let's dive right into it. Oh, here we go. Usyk is also the WBO mandatory, but the World Boxing Organization has decided to let Joshua temporarily step aside to fight Fury. Can battle for undisputed championship in June. Now, guys, again, I'm going to come back to this. How come these sanctioning bodies did not step aside when Wilder agreed to take a $15 million flat fee to fight Joshua? The moment it got out that Wilder actually accepted the fee, guess what was happening? The unthinkable. A sanctioning body got selfish and said, I order you to make, it might have been a Parker fight, you have 24 hours to make the Parker fight next. You have to fight your mandatory. I think it's Parker. Matter of fact, let me look it up. That shit blew my mind. All right, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can look at 24. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it. Anthony Joshua is given 20. Hitting the wrong button. Let's see if I can find the article. Oh, I didn't find it out the first flipped. I didn't find it. I wanted to, but either way, as soon as Wilder agreed to fight Joshua, they ordered, they said Joshua had 24 hours to come up with a deal, I believe, to fight Parker. Could be wrong. And it was like 72 hours after that. They stood in the way of that. But now, WBO has decided to step aside. To take Usyk, who is a mandatory and should get his fight at Joshua, to now order him to fight somebody else. But you know what? Eddie Hearn said this. Eddie Hearn said, listen, man, if we have to drop a belt, we will. That lets you know that either promoters or fighters or a combination of the two have a lot of goddamn power. Because all of a sudden, Usyk was unduckable. Now, Eddie Hearn came out talking about sometimes the fight's bigger than the belts. If we have to drop the belts, we will. And now the WBO is saying, listen, yes, I know Usyk's the mandatory, but hey, we'll temporarily step aside to let Fury fight Joshua. Let's see what else we got. The Joshua vs. Fury fight winner is expected to vacate the WBO title shortly after the fight. At that point, the Usyk Joyce will be upgraded to the new WBO champion. I didn't know that. See, guys, I'm telling you, man. Oh, in the building, my girl, the one, the only, Poetic kills, guys. Listen, whenever we see a queen like this, guys, it's like your knees should get weak, your head should get weak. Bow and humble to the most beautiful, the only, the one queen of what's blazing in sports. Poetic kills. That's my girl, Poetic. In about an hour and a half, I'm gonna be live again. But this time, I'm gonna have a professional fighter. He was a heavyweight champion. He'll be live right here cooking with your boy T-Dub. And we're going to do this. We're going to get this in, man. So listen, do me a favor, guys. I need you to spread that. I need to try to get these videos to get more views. So as a channel, as a family like we are, we can grow, right? Let's grow. All right. So this is what I did not know. Let me go through this. Let me go through this. Salute to the queen again. Let me go through this. Usyk is already a WBO mandatory, but the WBO has decided to let Joshua temporarily step aside to fight Fury, so him and Fury can battle for Undisputed Championship in June. I guess we have a date, a month. Joshua vs. Fury first fight winner is expected to vacate the WBO. Oh, because if it's temporary stepping aside, then it's only for one fight. Nah, so they can do a rematch. But okay, let's keep going. The Joshua versus Fury fight winner is expected to vacate the WBO title shortly after the fight. At that point, the Usyk Joyce will be upgraded to the new WBO champion. And then once he is champion and whoever else has the belts, that'll be a whole new cycle of not being able to unify again. Doesn't happen that easy. That's why it doesn't happen that often. The management of Fury and Joshua are still working on finishing up contracts for the fight. Matchroom boss Hearn announced the WBO ordered the Usyk versus Joyce fight a day ago Wednesday. The fight still needs to be negotiated, and it's believed that one will go to a purse bid. I got Usyk winning. Wow. And to my girl, Puerto Kills, I am doing great, spectacular. Let's do this, guys. I got to get back to my normal work, but remember, I am coming back live. The time, I'm going to give you all time zones. Let's start with the West Coast. Pacific time, it'll be 2 p.m. for you guys. Central time, 4 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. I'm going to get to work on that video now. And I'm going to put it out there, guys. Do me a favor. When I get it out there, share the link. Come in. We have a ex-heavyweight world champion that has got himself right now back into be able to get a title shot. Maybe not next, but very soon, guys, we will have the Prince live. What's blazing the sports? Until then, and always, here is what's blazing the sports. I'm out. Share, like, and comment, subscribe now. Now, out. Peace.